Hello, everybody. Welcome back to this next episode of the Uplifting Words YouTube show. Today, I want to talk about getting to a place where you're changing bad habits. Let's say you got some things that you're doing, you know they're destructive, you know they're not productive, they're not doing you any good, and you want to change them. How do you do that? The only way to get that done is through constant repetition. You have to rewire your brain. You have to rethink the processes that you're doing and eliminate some of the negative ones. So how do you do that exactly? You have to develop a plan. There needs to be a plan that you follow and you stick with. And yes, it's going to be horrible at the beginning. It's going to be so rough. But the rougher it is, that should give you an indication that you're on the right track. Lots of times we go through something, it hurts at first, and then it starts to get easier. And then we go through this period where we actually start to adopt it. That's actually how I started. That's how I do my Uplifting Words podcast. At the beginning, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was saying, but I just constantly kept at it and constantly kept going at it. And I would take notes all the time. I'm writing all the time. I'm a Harry Potter fan, so I got this from Disney World, but this is actually a journal that I use to scribble notes in. So, and if it's got a cross through it, that means it's a podcast episode that I've done. So I've got this, I've got composition notebooks, I've got the spiral binders. Like, for me, Christmas time is back to school sales, because that's when I go rack up. I get the composition books, the spiral books. I've got other books like this that was gifted to me, and use these for notes too. So anyway, all of that to say, when I first started my podcast, I didn't know where I was going to draw any content from or any information. And then I realized I've been writing stuff down for years. I can go back, grab some of the stuff that I've already been talking about. People like coworkers, people that I know, like this is the stuff that I talk about on a regular basis. So I just grabbed that stuff and repurposed it and use it for my podcast. So how is it that you can take some bad habits and change them around? Let me show you something else. I created this journal, the Uplifting Words Mastermind Productivity Journal. And this is designed for 30 days of intense focus on tasks, getting tasks done. You'll get a quote. Your morning routine is super important, so I included that in there. And then a couple of these lines here where you talk about what you're grateful for, some of the limiting thoughts you need to get rid of, and some of the motivational thoughts that you need to hold on to. And then you do your tasks and you label them in importance. You can do a score. You can count up, you can tally up your score, how much you've done. And then at the end of the day, areas that you need to improve on and areas that you crushed it. Celebrate when you've done good for the day. Celebrate when you've got some things that you got accomplished. And with this being for 30 days, they say normally to integrate a habit into your inner workings takes around 21 days. But this is something that you want to continue to do. So 30 days, purchase in 30 days increments, and give yourself a 30-day challenge. That's what it's about. Getting better every day, taking the small incremental steps. So back to changing a habit. You start off small. You start off hard because it's not going to be easy. And then as you go on, it'll get easier and easier. And there are other things that you can adopt into your daily routine. And then before you know it, you'll think of yourself as a winner, because you get the tasks in this book that you write down, you get your tasks done, that equals up to small wins. Scale those wins bigger and bigger, and before you know it, winning will be second nature to you. You won't think of your life as being a mistake, or the days that, or the things that happen to you, you don't have control. The beautiful thing with something like this is that you have written record of goals that you want to accomplish. You can come back and look at these maybe 5 or 6 months later and see how far you've come. celebrate that. So that's what I want to talk about today, is tearing down your old habits and rebuilding new ones. And the only way to do that is by daily, consistent, intensive repetition. Just doing it over and over again. My son takes a taekwondo class, and of course in the class they've got their punches that they do. And it's the same form, and they do it over and over and over. And my son's constantly, he's 10. And he's constantly asking, like, why do we keep doing the same thing over again? He's got kicks that he does over, and he's got blocks and strikes and stuff. And I'm trying to explain to him that you do this now while you're practicing, get your form right, get where you're supposed to punch right, get all of the robotics and mechanics down, so when it comes game time, if you ever need it, that stuff will happen. You won't even notice it. You'll strike and won't even think about it. You'll be able to defend and block and whatever else that he's learning. You'll be able to do that without even thinking about it. That is the beauty about setting something up that'll be second nature to you. That's how you set yourself up for small wins. And you compound those wins over and over. And the next thing you know, you're a winner. So to wrap it up here, I think you're all winners. I think that we all just need to take another look at how we see ourselves. And we need to actually go out and do some things and put ourselves in position to rack up wins in our day-to-day lives. So that's what it's all about. So if you like this, comment, subscribe, like. It really helps the channel. It really gets word out about what I'm trying to do here out. And don't forget, pick up your copy of the journal. Take yourself on 30 days of intense focus of getting your tasks daily done. Daily tasks done. Yeah, let's go with that. So thank you very much for joining me, guys. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe down the bottom. Let me know some of the things that you like to do to change some bad habits that you might have. If you get some inspiration from this, please share it also. There's plenty of us out here that have things that we'd like to weed out of our day-to-day selves. So thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you guys in the next one. And don't forget to subscribe one more time.